Hi guys, this is Eclipse, and today we're going to be looking at the new game that just got leaked with the updated battle log, which is called Battlefield Hardline. Now, this has been actually going on for quite some time, and it's been internally codenamed as Havana. Now, we saw this leaked really long back on NG4, at least I saw it leaked there, and this is now being developed, or has been developed, at the Dead Space Visceral Games Studios, with a bit of help from the Need for Speed rival studio Ghost Games. This is supposed to be a new kind of twist on the whole police and, well, cops and robbers, but they're calling it the police and thieves for some odd reason. But hopefully this is going to be a good twist on that, with a dash of Battlefield really added in for some extra spice, you know. Instead of your CSGO having no vehicles or anything, this is confirmed to have quite a lot of vehicles, all your attachments, really everything you came to expect from a Battlefield. This has got slammed right into it, but with that cops and robbers feel. We didn't really know what Battlefield was going to do, and lots of people have been speculating about it, but finally they came out and they really did tell everybody what they were going to do. So next we're going to move on to the teams, which are called SWATs and Thieves, which is a very interesting take, but we'll see how that actually changes and whether they keep that. Next we'll move on to guns and gadgets. Now, as you can see here, we actually have the grapple hook back, and we also have some melee weapons like the baseball bat thrown in there and the police baton. You've also got a sawn-off shotgun here. We have some ridiculous weapons in here. They're actually bringing in a stun gun as well, and we're having a few needles in here. So what are you guys looking forward to out of all these? They have some crazy weapons here, and I'm just thinking that grapple hook is going to be awesome, because I've seen some awesome footage back from in the day when you used to be able to grapple hook from place to place. Do you think it's only going to be one where you throw it up onto the side of the building and then just climb up vertically, or do you think it's going to be one of those that you can shoot and then you can just zip line freaking everywhere? Because that would be absolutely amazing. As you can also see, they're keeping in the RPG and the blowtorch, so that's like a definite wink wink at them actually keeping in a lot of the vehicles, of which I'm actually going to show you guys later. I'm glad to see they're keeping in the ballistic shield from Battlefield 4, the Dragon's Teeth, which they're just about to release, so I've seen how much damage that can take, and it's absolutely ridiculous. There's also a few needles in here as well. I wonder how those are going to be incorporated into the game. There's lots of different interesting gadgets and weapons here to think about and how they can be implemented well into the game. Next, we're going to move on to the attachments. Now, they have an absolute abundance of attachments. Now, this is definitely going to be just like Battlefield 4, where every weapon got 1001 attachments, which I have no problem with. I love the amount of playability that you can have to each and every weapon, where you can customize it to your heart's content and get it exactly how you like. And I think that's one staple really of the Battlefield series that they now have, which is the customization. I'm wondering whether they're going to have any camos on these weapons, and whether they're going to bring other elements like that into this one, like your emblems. Hopefully they're going to have all of that customization brought through with this, and they really have some awesome things here. And I'm glad just to see that they've kept up the same kind of customization from Battlefield 4 to Battlefield Hardline. Next, we're moving on to the cars and vehicles. So the first thing I'd say about all of these vehicles is that none of them are watercraft. You don't have any jet skis, you don't have any attack boats, you don't have any ribs. You have no water boats. They're not even trying to sneakily pull off what they did in Siege of Shanghai, where they have a little bit of water and then they can slap a big old attack boat in it. So they're not even trying to pull off that, really. So they really are trying to push for the whole urban environment, and they're completely leaving the whole war element, which they've really gone for in Battlefield 4, which they've really developed well, I feel. From Battlefield 3, where it was kind of just water vehicles were completely left out in the dusk. So this is going to be a really different change, because they're just swapping it up again, trying to keep their formula almost fresh. And from what I can also see from the helicopters is that you have a lot of transport in there, and I think you only have the little bird in there that might be attack. And also from your vehicles, you really have skimped down to what I can see is only 2 on the top, which seem to have turrets. So a lot of your vehicles nowadays are going to be getting them drive, get out, then shoot. There's no going to be running and gunning where you could just hot swap into the second slot and start killing people. There's going to be none of that, and that's really a shame, but it's going to be interesting to see how these are going to fit into the gameplay. of Battlefield Hardline, and I just think that skipping from Battlefield 4, which was so centric to you being able to kill everybody anytime you wanted because everything had a weapon attached to it, it's going to be very interesting to see what people think of this Battlefield Hardline and it being so urban and almost like a toned down version really of Battlefield 4, because I'm thinking what they're doing was that they're not going to call it a proper Battlefield, not a full-fledged Battlefield, because it is just basically, it's their take on cops and robbers, and it's going to be interesting to see how this all pans out, really. But last but definitely not least, we have to talk about the game modes, the soldier classes, and when it's actually going to be, like, press released, not just leaked by their freaking stupid battle log. So first we're going to start with the game modes, which is Blood Money, Bomb Squad, and Carrier Assault. I'm guessing that Bomb Squad is just your usual old CSGO kind of sample, really, that one team gets the bomb, they have to plant it, then defend it, and one team has to look for it, defuse it, that kind of shit. Blood Money, I'm not sure whether that's going to be protecting some kind of hostage or what kind of scenario is going to put you in there. And Carrier Assault, I think that is a mixed up really one where this has been rumored to have Carrier Assault in it, but it seems a bit ridiculous to put it in there when it's an urban assault game. But this is just a rumored one. I'm not sure whether they're actually going to add in water vehicles or unadd them, so it's a bit interesting that Carrier Assault is one of the rumored ones. Next we're going to move on to the soldier classes, which are the Enforcer, the Mechanic, and the Operator, and the Professional. Now, the Enforcer, I'm guessing that most of these are just going to be exact copy overs of the really Battlefield 4 ones that we already have. Or at least that's what I'm hoping, really, since most of these names just sound like fancy names for the classes that we already have. So the Professional just sounds like a fancy word for recon to me, to be honest. So I'm guessing that most of these are just going to be changed skins, but work exactly the same, which is what I'm hoping for. It sounds mean to say it in such a way, but it is what I'm hoping for. I like the Battlefield formula that we already have, and I don't want them changing any of the classes, the dramatic changes. So yeah, I hope they do keep a lot of these. Now, last but not least, I'm hoping that they're going to unveil this, or fully unveil this thing, during EA's press conference at E3 next month. This is going to be awesome. They're actually going to give us some footage, hopefully, or maybe just a teaser trailer, considering we know lots of gadgets, and we know the vehicles, and we've already got some artwork from the game. Which they stupidly leaked onto their battle log update. But yeah, I'm not sure whether that was on purpose or whether that wasn't on purpose, but I hope you guys have enjoyed some of the numerous details which I've given to you guys during this video. And thanks for watching, and please subscribe and hit that like button. Until next time, guys, bye bye.